Today I'm going to show you guys a trading method to help you make your first million coins in EAFC. Personally, I have made 1,000,000 coins in the first week of FIFA in the past few years doing this method. The trading method is simply SBC solution trading. We have mentioned this multiple times on this channel. We talked about it in the how to start the web app video I posted a few days ago, and this is just going to be a more in-depth guide so you guys can master this trading method, because it is probably the best trading method you guys can do at the start of the game. It is such a good trading method at the start of the game because we are trading with the advanced SBCs, and what is pretty much everybody trying to complete at the start of the game, the advanced SBCs. Because of that, a lot of SBC cards are ridiculously expensive at the start. For Hybrid League, one of the SBCs made this Oscar go up a ton at the start of the game. We can see here he was fairly cheap, but once people started doing the solutions, he flew in price and he was chilling at almost 9,000 coins. One last example I can show you from my Twitter account. This was at the start of FIFA 23. I bought 21 Kevin Rodriguez's gold common left back. 300 coins is how much I paid, and I ended up selling them all for 2,700 coins when he became one of the cheapest solutions on Futbin. And that will lead us into how this method works. We have Futbin, SBCs, active SBCs. You want to be looking at the advanced SBCs. Right here we have hybrid leagues. We'll click on that, and people go onto Futbin to look at these solutions. They maybe won't know how to do an SBC, so they come to Futbin and they'll be like, okay, let's look at the completed challenges. And like I said before, the cheapest solution. People, when they click on these challenges, are going to look at the cheapest solution. You're not going to be looking at one of the most expensive ones. So when a player gets into the cheapest solution, they start to rise. So here we go. We click on this solution. These players would then go up in price because people see, oh, this is the cheapest solution. I'm going to go look at it. I'm going to buy these players. And with everyone doing that with the same solution, those players then end up going up in price. Once these players go up in price and Futbin updates the price that they are currently at, they are no longer the cheapest solution. Guess what? You refresh the page, another cheap solution pops up, and more players, like you just saw right there, a new cheap solution pops up, and then these players will start to rise. With that, you're going to have player prices going up and down all day long because they become the cheapest solution, they're no longer the cheapest, and they become the cheapest, and it just keeps going back and forth. Now, there are 3 ways you can SBC solution trade. 1, you can make the solutions on your own. 2, you can invest in the solutions that other people made. Or 3, you can invest in common players that are used in these SBC solutions. For making your own SBC solutions, you have to choose which SBC you want to do. Of course, I will say the Hybrid League First 11 SBC is the best one for solution trading because it's usually the hardest one to complete. Once you choose which SBC you're going to do, you're going to click Start Challenge. I don't know if it's because it's the end of FIFA 23, but there is no Start Challenge button that I can find at the moment. But start the challenge. Choose which players you want to put in the SBC. Remember, it needs to be the cheapest. If you do not create the cheapest solution on Futbin, your squad's not going to pop up and no one's going to be out there buying your players. So basically, you make your squad, it's the cheapest one possible, and you bought your players before it became the cheapest one. So you got in early, people start buying your cards because it's the cheapest solution, and boom, all of your players start to rise in price. The method of making your own SBC solutions might be a little harder going into FC 24 just because Futbin now has like a powered by Futbin AI SBC solution thing where it does it automatically. So it's going to be interesting to see how that affects making your own solutions for FC 24. So that is how you make your own SBC solutions, and it is probably one of the hardest SBC solution trading methods. Now, the next one is trading with new solutions that pop up, and that's simply sitting here. We're on the first 11 advanced SBC, and you just refresh and you wait for a new one to pop up. As I explained earlier, boom, a new one pops up. Whenever a new cheapest SBC pops up, those are the players that end up going up in price. So you just sit here, you wait, you refresh, a new one pops up, you see what players are in, and you buy those players. Obviously, you know, as you do this more and more, you'll learn which players do tend to rise, which players don't. And that can be based on, okay, there's not many options at left mid. So there's not many alternatives that you could stick in there. Like say there's a bunch of different left backs I could use. You're probably not going to see the left back go up in price as much because, hey, I can throw a different left back in there. But maybe there's only one Brazilian left mid from the Bundesliga, so he's the only option. They'll go up in price a lot. Like I remember this João Paulo, Brazilian center mid from the MLS. He would go up a lot. I think I used to buy him around like 400, 500 coins, and he would rise up to 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. So you will learn that some players go up more than others, like Felipe Anderson. I talked about this in a previous video. I would buy this guy. I think I bought him for like 6,000 coins, and he went up to like 13,000 coins. It was pretty crazy. Some players, if you do get really lucky as well, skyrocket and you make ridiculous profit. This method of SBC solution trading is fairly easy to do. You don't have to go through the struggle of making your own solution and making sure it's the cheapest one possible. You just sit here, you keep refreshing, and you wait for new cheap solutions to pop up. I should also mention with solution trading, your players aren't always going to rise, or maybe they aren't always going to rise as high as they have gone before. Like Oscar, say he was 9,000 coins and you see him down at 6,000 coins. He's in the cheapest solution. You're like, oh, he's going to go to 9,000 coins again. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe instead of going from 6K to 9K, he goes from 6K to 7K or 6K to 8K. A lot of stuff can depend on how much the card rises or doesn't. It could be, okay, how long was he the cheapest solution for? Did they become the cheapest solution and they were only the cheapest for like a minute? Or did Footbin take a long time to update the price and was Oscar the cheapest solution for like 10 minutes? So you have a lot more people seeing the cheapest solution, or, you know, it's only there for 1 minute and not as many people saw Oscar in the cheapest solution. On to the last method of SBC solution trading. It is probably one of my favorite ways of doing this, and it is investing in players that are commonly used in these SBCs. So as I mentioned before with these SBC solutions, as they become the cheapest solution on Footbin, people buy those cards, those players go up in price, Footbin updates their price, and they're no longer the cheapest. And with that, we see prices go up and down all day long. Once you learn what players are used often in these SBCs, you can look at their graphs, watch when they go down, watch when they go up, and it's simply just buying the lows and selling the highs. Now, unfortunately, I can't go back and show you some of the hourly graphs of some of the cards I traded with on FIFA 23, like the Oscar, but you know, we can see the daily average of Oscar at the start of FIFA 23. You can see this ridiculous high spike. And remember, this is just a daily average on how much he costs, so there were a lot of fluctuations during these days. I actually just pulled up an old screenshot from my VIP trading Discord with an SBC solution card. We have Arias, and you can see the spikes in the chart for the hourly graph. So we have Arias, and he was chilling at around 1,000 coins on PlayStation, spiked up to around 3,000 on Xbox. You can see he was chilling at around probably 500 coins, spiked up to nearly 6,000 coins. And graphs like this is usually how you can tell if a card is good for SBC solution trading. You just want to find someone that has a lot of, you know, they're chilling at a low, and then boom, cheapest solution, they spike up a lot, back down in price. Boom, spike up a lot, back down in price. That is what you're looking for on some of these cards. Personally, I like this method of solution trading the most because I like to play the game. And what I will do is just buy or invest in these common solution cards and try to fill my transfer list. So Oscars used a lot. I'll buy 30 Oscars. I'll buy 30 Iagos, Luis Araujo, stuff like that. Just fill my transfer list and I'll be playing the game. And an example of that was this year on FIFA 23. I bought a ton of Oscars, 6,000 coins. I know he would fluctuate from 6K and go all the way up to close to 9,000 or 10,000 coins when he became the cheapest solution on Footbin. So I buy, let's say 30 Oscars. I go into a game, I list them all up for like, try to list them up for around what they usually go to. So he usually goes to around like 9 to 10K. So I listed mine up for 9,000 coins. I go into a game. I finished the game. While I was in the game, Oscar ends up in the cheapest solution on Footbin, and he goes from 6K to 9K, and I made around little less than 3,000 coins per card. And that was all while playing a game. So that is SBC solution trading. It's going to be an interesting year because we do have women in the game now. So there's more leagues, more players. It might be easier to do the SBCs, and with the Footbin AI solutions, that's going to be interesting. Also with these advanced SBCs, they're usually pretty much the same every year. There's little to no changes at all. So you can expect stuff very similar to this. But that's it for this video, guys. I hope I am helping you make your first 1 million coins on EAFC 24 Ultimate Team. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section down below. My FIFA trading Discord and my Twitch live stream are in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.